What's going on Facebook? It's yours truly, Nick Woodard, checking in, right? And I am going to talk to y'all about credit, right? Talk about credit. So please bear with me. Hold on 1 second. Here we go. All right. What you need to know about credit. Hey, as y'all are jumping on, y'all know the deal. I cannot see any of the comments, but guess what? We are going to be talking about credit today, ladies and gentlemen. So as y'all are jumping on, y'all know the deal. Drop your city, drop your state, and as always, please share, because somebody out here needs to hear this information, right? Somebody out here needs to be empowered, right? Because there's so many people out here that, quite frankly, need to fix their credit. I mean, come on, let's face it. Over 68 million Americans have poor credit. I promise I won't be before y'all long, but I got to share this information because there are some wealthy individuals that are teaching me the rules of the money game. So if y'all could see my screen, let me see. Stop share. All right, here we go. Y'all bear with me. I'm trying to get my technology in order here. Let me just make sure that y'all can see my screen on Facebook, and we are good to hook. So what y'all need to know about credit, right? 68 million Americans have poor credit, right? There's really no solution out there that's gonna be better than what I'm getting ready to talk about today, right? Because, not throwing any shade or anything like that, but people pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to fix their own credit. Well, actually to pay somebody to fix their credit, right? And I don't know, and I'm not going to get biblical on here, but the saying of you teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. But if you give a man a fish, you only feed him for a day. So I'm talking to y'all today, and I'm going to teach y'all how to fish when it comes to your credit, right? So tag a friend. Please share with somebody that you know could use some great information when it comes to fixing their credit. Without paying hundreds and thousands of dollars to fix their credit, you're going to learn how to do it today for free. So if you're ready to invest in yourself, you're following me. Hey, I need y'all to go ahead and comment on this live if you are serious about fixing your credit, right? So here's some facts, right? Like I already told you, my apologies. I already told you, 68 million Americans have bad credit, right? 40 million more have some type of an error on their credit and don't know how to get it removed. Hey, it's a $3 billion industry, right? Because like I said, people are being capitalized on because they don't know the knowledge. So they're paying out hundreds and thousands of dollars each and every year to have somebody fix their credit, right? 79% of the disputed errors were successfully in removing them, right? So that's pretty much showing people, there is opportunities to be able to remove that credit. But guess what? Everybody wants good credit. So that's why we're here to talk today, right? All right. So what's a good credit score? Yes. I want to get in the 800s. Well, Nick, my credit score is down in the low 60s. That's all right. That means you have an opportunity to improve. You have an opportunity to, grow. But first, you need the strategies. With anything else, anytime you provide a problem, you got to have a solution, right? And with the My Credit system, we have testimonies of people's credit score jumping 100, 125 points, right? Simply by using this system that you guys are looking at right here. I actually have people I'm connected with in my circle. This credit scores are in the 800s. And that's not to brag or boast or anything, but that's to show that you too can have good credit. You too can get in the 800s. We call this a 750 plus club, right? 750 plus or higher, you pretty much have excellent credit. You can go anywhere, right? So bad credit, down in the low threes, but with how credit works, normally if you don't have any credit, you at least by having a name and a social, you're down in the threes, right? But we're gonna build that up and we're gonna teach you. So just think about it. 850 minus 300, that's 550 points that you have available to build your credit score, right? Let's go ahead and break down the credit score. and talk about what the credit score is actually entailed of. Because a lot of us think that a credit score, I just got to go out and get some credit cards and use them, pay them off. And that's kind of the, a great understanding, but we got to break it down to fully understand what makes up the credit score. You got the payment history, the credit utilization, the credit history, new credit, and credit mix. Now, as you can see, I'm not going to insult anybody's intelligence, right? I'm just here to teach you about credit and teach you about money. But your payment history is one of your biggest determining factors when it comes to your credit, right? 192 points are contributed to your payment history. So it's very important that you have good payment history. If you miss a payment, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, that gets reported to the credit bureaus and it jacks your credit up. But there's ways to fix that, right? And I'm going to show y'all here shortly. Credit utilization, don't get out there and max them cards out. I got it right now. Your financial situation may not be great. So, hey, Nick, I got to max them out, man. I got my credit cards. That's the only thing that's helped me. I'm going to provide y'all with a solution to generate some extra cash, if you're open to it, to help you stop using them credit cards and use some of the government's money, right? And then, credit history, you want to have a long credit history. We'll also talk about, how you can add authorized users like your kids, and they can take over and receive credit for your credit history. So when your kids get older, they will already have established credit, new credit, that's going out, getting new credit cards. We'll talk strategically about that. And then your credit mix, revolving credit, that's one of the things we got to focus on, right? So payment history, like we talked about, we actually have 4 letters, right? Remember I said you have 30, 60, 90 days, and even 120 days in some cases, when you get reported to these credit bureaus for having late payments. But believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, we have 4 letters that will help you strategically get some of those negative payment histories removed from your credit score. I know people that say, man, Nick, man, I'm in school, student loan debt. Man, I missed so many payments, or I've got a credit card I haven't been able to pay on because I'm struggling right now trying to take care of my current lifestyle. I got people that just have stuff that's not even supposed to be on my credit report that's on there. That's what these letters are for, ladies and gentlemen. You can actually use these letters. They're already created for you. All you do is you put your information in there and you mail it off to the credit bureau, and you're fighting to have your credit history cleaned up, right? And that's a big part of how your credit score is going to jump. You get them old debts off of there, things that are still on your credit report that you may have taken care of, things that are on your credit report that shouldn't be there. That has a lot to do with how your credit score is lined up, right? So, like I said, there's only 4 letters, and just based off your situation, you can use those to try to get your credit history cleaned up, right? Credit utilization, like we talked about, we have, debt elimination software, right? There's a debt elimination software that's going to help you strategically lower your debt, right? Because you got to have a strategy behind what you're doing. We're talking about also increasing your credit limit. That's going to make your credit score jump. And then also getting new credit if you're able to, right? Because like I said, solution 1 pays down the revolving debt. Solution 2 and 3 lowers your credit utilization by increasing your credit limit, right? I've actually used that personally. Credit history. Remember, like I told you, the authorized user. You can actually have your kids become an authorized user on some of your credit cards and do only if you have good history, right? But you can have your kids become an authorized user, or yourself can become an authorized user of your spouse or a family member that has good credit, and you can inherit their credit history, which then will increase your credit score because you inherit their good payment history. Now, if you don't have good payment history, you don't want to get out there and get on somebody as an authorized user because you just inherit their bad history. But if they had good history, they're willing and open to allow you to become an authorized user. Hey, by all means, take advantage of that because that's going to increase your credit score. Like I mentioned, new credit, right? New credit is, department store cards. They have some really good department store cards out there. Just pay attention to the interest rate, right? Secured credit cards, rental history, credit builder loan. Some banks do offer the credit builder loan where you essentially are kind of taking out a loan and you're paying it back And those history from you paying that back, say $1,000, you pay $1,000 back over, 10, 12-month period of time, however much the payments are. Those on-time payments go towards your credit history, which will then increase your credit score, right? Credit builder loan, like I said, helps you build your credit and emergency fund simultaneously. So not only are you building your credit, but you're building your emergency fund, which we all should have a mini emergency fund of at least $3,000, right? And that's a whole nother bunch of information and strategies. But we got to understand that the reason we're struggling financially now is because we just don't have strategy behind what we're doing. All right. So credit mixture, the revolving debt, and the installment debt, right? Once you complete the first 4 credit scoring factors, you got to have some credit mixture. You got to have some revolving debt on there and some installment debt, right? Revolving debt, that's dealing with credit cards and loans, I'm sorry. And then the installment debt, that's like a car payment, a mortgage, and we're actually teaching people how they can strategically, cut their installment debt. For example, you have a house that's on a 30-year mortgage, right? People are actually paying their mortgage off in like 10, 11 years because of the strategies that we're teaching here today. All right. Even a car note, car note 60 months, people are paying it off in 10 to 15 months. Right. And you're probably wondering, man, Nick, how the heck are y'all doing that? I'm going to talk about that here shortly. Right. But, 3 active revolving to 1 installment is an ideal mixture. So, 3 revolving debt, credit cards or such, one installment debt, a mortgage or a car note. All right. So you're probably wondering, all right, Nick, man, you're making some sense. You talk about credit. I do need to fix my credit, but I know this is not free, right? There has to be an investment. And I'm glad you said investment, because a lot of people, they get it confused and they think that they have to, it's a price. What's it going to cost me? What's in it for me, right? It's an investment, right? An investment does cover 26 do-it-yourself videos. Like I mentioned, the 4 rounds of dispute letters, because you're going to learn how to fix your own credit yourself. That way, if you go out and you get something again, something negative pops up again, or you get something else added to your credit history, you can go in there and fix it yourself. You don't have to go out and pay that same person or pay that same company all that money all over again. You have the power. Remember, I told you, we're not teaching a man to fish for, giving a man a fish to feed him for a day. We're teaching a man or women, for those of y'all that are watching, how to fish. So I'm feeding y'all for a lifetime. We're teaching y'all about money, right? You also have an income shifting strategy, okay? And that's pretty much, like I said, what you're doing right now. You're working your job. If you have a job, be grateful, but you need strategies behind what you're doing. If you own a business, got it, great, be grateful, continue to work your business, but you need strategies behind what you're doing, all right? And we're gonna strategically teach you how to do that. You got debt elimination software, strategically eliminate that debt, right? We got a minimize expense calculator. If there are areas in your expenses that you can cut back on, hey, put that money back in your household, and guess what? Your cash flow is going to go up. And then reestablish credit sources, right? And we have an investment calculator, because if you're not investing today, you're going to continue to work and pay bills until you die, right? And that's not to scare anybody, but we have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, what you're doing right now yourself is what I'm doing right now going to take me and push me and get me to where I'm trying to go financially for me and my family. If not, we need to keep talking. All right. So here's the business opportunity. Yes, it is a one-time payment of $29.95, right? And then if you choose to keep your membership, it's $34.95 a month, right? But we're going to show you how to strategically create a self-fund business, right? No upsells, no experience needed. It's all digital, all automated. You're going to get your own portal. You can refer customers if you choose, because like we always say, that's going to add fuel to the fire, right? And you're going to generate, some great income, right? And we have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, credit repair is a hot trend, right? Everybody needs credit. I got people out there that say, credit isn't everything, but guess what? Low credit score will cost you more. You're going to pay more just because you have a low credit score. So it only makes sense to, repair your credit, and that way it saves you money in the long run. But you can actually refer this credit repair software to your friends and your family, your circle, right? And earn $25 on personal membership sales, and $7 every time somebody on your team sells this membership, right? But that's just to add fuel for the fire. I got it. We got some introverts out there that don't really want to share this information. Cool, got it. But remember, you got to have these strategies working for yourself, right? And we're, think about it. You got $8 of monthly residual income. That's going to take some people off their jobs. All right. Just a quick snapshot. I'm not going to go into it. This is just the earning potential, right? Because we do have a compensation program. But just think about it. When you position yourself to be able to help and empower people and teach other people in your circle about money and how to, improve their financial situation, it's a blessing to be a blessing, right? But you can get compensated for doing that. So like I said, the My Credit System, here's a snapshot of what it looks like. It's basically do-it-yourself tutorial videos when it comes to fixing your credit. You'll have the training, you'll have the support, you'll have the software, the system, everything you need to be successful in repairing your credit today, all right? So that covers the income shifting strategies along with the credit repair, right? But we have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, is that in order for your situation to change, you got to do something different, right? You got to do something different. And that's going to require you investing in yourself. A lot of people, they get out here and they say, well, Nick, I don't really have, X amount of dollars to be investing into a business. Okay, cool. Ask yourself, how much longer are you willing to deal with that? How much longer are you going to allow a small investment of $29.95 get in the way of your financial future, right? How long are you going to continue to sit back and allow your credit score to be jacked up and you're not doing nothing about it? I'm here to help. I'm here to bless each and every one of you that follow me, right? And if somebody with you, hey, do me a favor, get back with them. Let them know that you want more information on how you get started on working on your credit today, and also applying some strategies that's not going to interfere with what you're currently doing, but it's going to allow you to, grow your income, improve your finances, improve your credit, build a business to build generational wealth to have an impact on your family and your circle. Hey, man, y'all know the deal. It's yours truly, Nick Woodard. Just wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about credit, man. I hope somebody gained some information, gained some value. If you did, hey, give me some feedback in the comments. Y'all let me know how y'all are feeling, what y'all feel about the importance of credit repair, whatever you want to put down there, man. And hey, if you want more information and you follow me, inbox me. If you know the number, y'all know the deal. Reach out to me. But hey, it's your boy tuning in out of the great state of Georgia, down in the dirty South. Y'all know the deal. If y'all catch the replay, drop replay. And as always, please share, man. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.